What's up, internet? It's your favorite man online. It's the one, the only. It's the hybrid. So today is just a talking head video, and I was actually asked a really interesting question from none other than our supporter Bravo Jules Bear. Again, thank you so much for supporting the Ko-Fi, and if you guys want to support what we do here on not only this YouTube channel but on Twitch and offline, feel free to check out the Ko-Fi. It's in the links. It's in the description somewhere. Just find it there. Anyway, Bravo Jules Bear asked me, "Hybrid, I'm sure you've shared your origin story often, but I've forgotten your story behind your name for Haiburidu. What are you a hybrid of?" So, just to kind of give you guys an idea, the spelling of my handle, it's a bit of a long story, but it's the Japanese. It's not necessarily Japanese pronunciation, but it's got a nuance of the Japanese pronunciation for the word hybrid. Okay, so anyway, let's just go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, it goes back to my blood. I am a mixed blood of American/Filipino. Back in the day, that wasn't very common in my area, so I always thought of myself as like this unique mixed blood kid in the 90s, because a lot of the people that I was surrounded by, I was usually white, black, or a mix of black and white, or white and black. You know what I mean? It was just very common to see those things, and to see somebody who was of either Asian descent and mixed blood of Asian descent and American descent. It was just very uncommon at my time. Nowadays, you see mixed bloods everywhere. You see them everywhere, right? They're not so uncommon as before. Anyway, I grew up in the U.S. For about 15 years. And after I turned 15, the following month after, I moved to the Philippines. At the time, I wasn't really on Xbox Live or whatever, but you know, I did have an Xbox Live account when it first came out, and then I was on Xbox Live for about 2 years and all that. But came a time where when we moved to the Philippines, we were no longer playing online Halo or online Star Wars or whatever, right? So it was just mainly me and my brother playing here at the house, or playing with our Xboxes and whatever. At some point, I got involved with online gaming at computer cafes. Of course, being here in the Philippines, I had to make friends. And so when I actually had a group of friends to play the classic game called Dota, or Defense of the Ancients, I needed a gamer tag to create a Garena account, and that gamer tag was Intense Hybrid. And the reason why I had Intense as the prefix is because when I came here, I had a whole different demeanor, and my friends, my classmates, and even my church mates would call me intense or serious, or always on edge, And so I took what I had known about being a mixed blood, and I needed a new word for it. And so I found the word hybrid. So I put them together, intense hybrid. I was thinking hybrid intense, but then that sounds like a phone or a car. And so I just needed something that's a little more, dramatic. And of course at the time, I was young. I was probably around 21 when I made this gamer tag. So but I had the heart of a kid, because I haven't been playing online for so long, and I don't really have any gamer friends at the time. So I ran with intense hybrid, right? And that was kind of my thing for some years, until I got off gaming for some time. But that's later on. So as I was using this gamer tag, I just became more associated with the word hybrid each day, because every time, after class or during lunch, I would play with my friends and I'll use that gamer tag every single time. And Um, around that, around my first half of college, during vacation or during days where I didn't have class in the morning, there was a show that would come up on TV called Vampire Diaries, right? And so Vampire Diaries has a big punch in my heart because there is a during the time that I discovered this show, there was a character that I gravitated to, and his name is Nick Klaus. Nick Klaus was a very unusual character in the show because there was a term that revolved around him, is that he is a hybrid. And when I heard that for the first time, I just wanted to know more. So I invested more time watching the show, waiting for like some sort of information on who this Nick Klaus is, since he was being such an elusive, um, uh, unknown character. And it turns out that he is the first ever vampire slash werewolf hybrid. He is the original. That's what they name him, right? All that aside, eventually, when I started watching the show more and more, I felt a similarity to him. I started developing an emotional bond with this character, being different, disliked, and I guess to some degree unloved, because that's how his character was. And so I started associating myself with that, and I took on a newer and a deeper meaning to the word hybrid on top of the original meaning, which had really no depth at all. And now I had this whole new identity of the word hybrid. After some years of me liking the show, and after, kind of falling away from the show, I did fall in love with another show. And it's an anime that surprisingly took over the internet by storm. You would probably have seen it because this show has filled the internet with memes and creative cringe. Okay, which is kind of my kind of thing when I watch anime. It just took me in, and the show is called JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Now, there's nothing really hybrid related when looking at this or watching this show. I found it so unique because of its separation from other animes, and not necessarily in like art style or whatever, even though it does have its own art approach and everything. It felt so unnatural, all in all, from beginning to the end of the show. It just feels so unnatural because aside from the cringy posing and all this other stuff, and like the clothes that they wear, it's their dialogue, the way they pronounce words, right? And I watch anime with subs. I don't listen to the English dubs, except for Dragon Ball Z, or maybe Case Closed, and maybe Yu Yu Hakusho, right? Those are probably shows that I'll watch in English, and have no issues or have no problems with. But any other anime, I'll probably have to watch in Japanese with subtitles on. And so when I was watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, I just fell in love with it because of how different it was. Again, with the dialogue, with the way they pronounce words, and it just felt so unnatural and dramatic that like every single line had some sort of impact or dramatic impact to the viewer or to the story or to the plot, whatever. And so I just like the way they pronounce any word at any time. There was just this overemphasis on some syllables or vowels, and it just had its own way of speaking. Now, following some months after falling in love with the show, I started to sign up for streaming and other gaming platforms because after so many years, I just got back into gaming. Thanks to my phone, right? COD Mobile. And I needed a new gamer tag, right? And so eventually, I don't really remember the entire process, but I eventually got to this brand that that took me so many years to build. Practically my whole entire lifelong idea of being an anime loving, a disliked mixed blood. I took that all into one and ran with it like Yahtzee, you know? And behold, we have Haiburidu. Okay. Now, this isn't how you would spell hybrid with the Japanese accent. You would see it on screen. But I decided to take this approach with the mindset that this is how it probably would have been said, or how it could be said in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Again, Haiburidu, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much answers the question to Bravo Jules Bear. That's the origin of my handle, and now you know how hybrid came to be, which is this. But anyway, yeah, I didn't want to make a long video. I might put some pictures of here or whatever, but yeah, hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the Twitch and all the other links that I have somewhere here on in the description. And if you want to catch us on stream, I am actually setting aside a dedicated time to stream between the times of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way to 12 midnight, which is actually my mornings. So yeah, if you guys want to get a whole idea of my schedule every day, is I work in the morning from like 6 to 9, and then I stream at 9 all the way to 12, and then from then I take my lunch hour break, and then from 1 all the way to 3 or 4 o'clock I finish my shift. So that's pretty much me every day. And yeah, dudes, if you want to check out the Twitch, you want to check out the streams, again, links are all in the description. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you when I see you, in hybrid out. God bless. Bye bye.